Hi, everybody. Before I get started, I have to take a selfie. So is everybody ready? You're going to cheer and yeah, okay. I'm going to do a quick video so I can get everybody in there. Yay! We're here at NFC Summit. I'm so excited to be here. I am talking about how women are changing the world in NFTs. So obviously you guys are all here know about NFTs, right? Who has women-led project NFTs in their wallet? Yeah, I love to hear that. So I am part of the Nifty Chicks. I have a co-host who could not be here today, Jen FT. We both have code names. I'm Nifty Cell. My real name, though, is Erin Cell. And we are the Nifty Chicks. We are all about lifestyle, freedom, and fun. Our podcast is helping women learn about NFTs. We talk to women-led projects, projects that are helping women get started, artists, and basically anything that has to do with women in the industry, because I'm sure all of you noticed that there are a lot more men at this conference than women, right? Yeah. So I've been in the industry for about 4.5 years or so. I started in primarily blockchain and crypto. I am the podcast producer for the Bad Crypto podcast and the Nifty Show, and then we just launched the sister show, the Nifty Chicks, earlier this year. And so I've been attending conferences in the space for about 4 or 5 years now. And I will say that the amount of women in the space is growing, but we need more. And I'm happy to see all of you here, but now we need to tell a friend and get them to come to events like this and learn about crypto and NFTs as well. I don't know if I should be pointing this at that way or what. Okay, because it seems to not be working. Okay, so what do women want in NFTs? And I use this example of Bored Apes and Crypto Punks because I know when I first started hearing about NFTs, I remember hearing about Bored Apes and Crypto Punks back in the day, and I thought, well, I don't want to buy a stupid ape, and I don't want a pixelated punk. It didn't make sense to me. The first thing that got me to actually care about NFTs was actually Garbage Pail Kids, and that's because I collected them as a kid, and so when I heard about them, I was like, okay, I can get behind this. So of course I tried to buy some Garbage Pail Kids and didn't get in on it. Had to buy them on the secondary market after the fact and pay more. But that's what brought me into this space. And then, time went on and I tried to find something else that made me excited. And I heard about VFriends, didn't buy because I'm an idiot. Now I wish I had. But so what has really gotten me excited about the space and what women I believe really want in NFTs is we want to see ourselves in NFTs. So I love Women Rise, Crypto Chicks, more Crypto Chicks. They were at the Decentraland fashion show. Women Tribe. These are just a few of the ones that I personally have and love these collections. Crypto Women and Women in Tech. So let's talk about women's finances. And we can all celebrate because we have good news. The stats are a little bit old. I tried to find something new. But women's incomes have increased since 2018. They're up to $24 trillion in 2020. So that's something to celebrate, yeah. In fact, somebody was telling me a stat from the States the other day that I think it was Washington, D.C. and somewhere else in the States, women are actually making more than men. So I thought that was really cool. So women control over $31.8 trillion in worldwide spending. That's a crazy amount of money. And that means it's over 83% of spending in the real world. So that means the virtual world better be ready because we're coming, right? So women are entering the Nifty world, and they're doing so, in my opinion, through shopping, fashion, dining, luxury travel, wine, jewelry. You guys may have seen, I've got a couple examples in here of things that are, or sponsors that are actually here today. So shopping, fashion, wine, and more. So I found this example, Mondavi wine, that they have some NFTs that you can purchase for a mere 1.3 or 1.03 ETH. And basically that just gets you a collection into a bottle, for a bottle of wine. And then inside, there you may have seen the safe box and hopefully got to have a glass of wine with them. But they have a few different access points. The mystery box that I believe, if I understood it all correctly, you get a chance at a bottle of wine. And that was, I believe, starting at $1,700. And then the prices go up. You can get a membership, which allows you to have access to wines in France, which I think is really cool. And I think that's a great start. Jewelry. So, and hopefully I'm saying their name right. I don't know if anybody is from there is in here. But Nabita Jewelry. And so you can get jewelry to use in the metaverse, which I think is really cool because, I mean, who doesn't like handbags and jewelry and pretty shoes? So Decentraland's Fashion Metaverse Week was, I believe, the last week of March. And I just think it's so cool what we're doing in the metaverse and in virtual reality and what, I mean, I feel like the sky's the limit for what we can do. Brands are moving into the metaverse. So Estee Lauder was there with this advanced night repair. I don't know if there's sound on this or not. But basically, they created a wearable NFT inspired by their #1 serum. And I think we're going to see more and more brands coming in to the metaverse and providing things like this. I think this is really cool, and so in the Decentraland, they had the digital fashion house, the Fabricant, and you could go in and customize your avatar's outfit. And you can pick your fabrics, you can, I believe, pick your designs, you can pick all kinds of things to make it your own. And I know for me personally, when I go shopping, like I am constantly saying like, oh, I love that dress. If only it had pockets, or if it didn't have, you know, those shoulder pads or whatever it is. Like I always wish that there was a way to make it my own. And I believe in the future of the metaverse and what we're doing, we're going to be able to do exactly that. And this is my friend at Diamond Handbags. I don't know if anybody's heard of them. They haven't launched yet, but I think this is really cool. So you can pick the type of fabric on your bag, you can pick your handles, you can pick your accessories, and of course then, you know, carry it around with your avatar. So my friend Kathy Hackle had this to say about the future of fashion. It really does send a signal that virtual fashion is here to stay. And virtual fashion will continue to become something that is of interest to brands. So as I mentioned before, brands are they're going to have to come to the metaverse and be present there. Otherwise, they're just going to get outdated. And okay, so why do women spend on NFTs? And I see World of Women here in the front row, and I do believe that you guys do a great job at what you're doing. But so obviously, financial opportunity. As I mentioned in the beginning, our finances are improving, but we need to do better. And I do believe that one of the ways that we do that is by investing in NFTs. And there's a great opportunity if you get in now. Art is obviously a part of it. Like I said earlier, you know, the Bored Apes and the Crypto Punks didn't do it for me, but there's definitely all kinds of amazing art out there. And if that's something that interests you, then definitely invest in the art that you like. Community and World of Women, I'm shouting you out a few times in here, but community. I really believe that women do a great job within the discords within Twitter Spaces, within all the different ways that of building community. And the other, not saying that men's projects don't do that. I just think that women are better at building community. It's kind of our our thing. Utility, obviously, when NFTs first started, utility wasn't really a thing. It was primarily about PFPs and putting your project out there. But now it's almost like you have to have utility for your project to be worth anything. So definitely utility. Social status. So, I mean, as much as I didn't want to include this, I feel like it has to be said, because there is something to be said for showing up in the metaverse with your whatever it is that you want. Like, I love changing my PFP to, say, my crypto chick or my women tribe or whatever it is that I'm feeling that day. There's somewhat of a social status associated with it. And then, of course, philanthropy. And these are not in any order. I was actually trying to come up with a cool way to make it an acronym, but I couldn't think of anything, so this is what you get. Okay, hopefully the sound works here. No. Maybe. I mean, I could try and ad-lib it, but basically, this is from Fame Lady Squad, and it said it perfectly how I feel about the space, that it's bringing together a strong community of women doing cool shit in NFTs and supporting each other. So we'll leave it at that. Don't worry about the sound. It'll be fine. You can kind of see. So strong community. I did want to add, I was listening to a podcast from the blockchain by the Fame Lady Squad this morning, and they were talking about a collab that they did with Catharsis X, and I think it's really cool. They're basically, if you buy this collabed NFT, yeah, you do? Oh, cool. So you can redeem it for jewelry. That's like Fame Lady Squad jewelry. I was actually looking at buying, but I couldn't find what I wanted. They had like a necklace. I think they have like rings. Yeah, a dog tag. And so then I thought it was even cooler. So as I was listening to the podcast, they were talking about trying to find the outsource of who would make this. And they found this company that is basically like 80% ran by women in Bali, which I guess in Bali, the majority of women don't have a way to make money for themselves. And so this company is providing a source of income for these women to provide for their families, give them a job, and it's all like very well sourced. So I just thought that was really cool. So here's some more stats. Men are more than three times more likely than women to collect NFTs, unless you're like me and I hodl everything. Collect and hodl. Only 16% of the NFTs in the market can be traced back to female artists, so we definitely need to change that. And then in Thailand and Venezuela, more women own NFTs than men. So my question is, why? What are they doing in Thailand and Venezuela that we've made the switch? So that's kind of an eye chart, I know, hard for you to see. So 7% more women in Thailand and 1.6 in Venezuela. So how do we catch the rest of the world up? So my response is we need to actively be seeking out and supporting women that are in the NFT space. And that's, like I said, what we're doing with the podcast is we're trying to get more exposure to those projects and also train women on how to get started. Because let's be honest, like getting started in the NFT or crypto space can be very confusing if you're not very tech savvy. I know for me, it was like learning a new language. And so I think the main thing is answer questions when you see people asking them, and don't make people feel stupid for not knowing the answers, because we were all at that space where we didn't know anything at the beginning. And I'm sure you guys have seen in groups before that you'll see somebody come back with a smart-ass comment, and it's like, you don't have to be that way to people. Just be nice. If you want to be, if that's the way you're going to respond, then just maybe don't respond at all. So, obviously, and then just start teaching and helping girls at a younger age. So I really think like our schools need to be doing a better job, and I think we are moving in that direction with STEM and everything that we're doing, but we need to do more. And I didn't want to say this in here, but I have to because I do think social media is important, unfortunately, for getting the word out there. So, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reels, Stories. I mean, the list goes on and on for all the things, social media, that you could be doing. I do want to point out some stats here, and these are women in the social media, on the social media platform. So 58% women on Facebook, 50% Twitter, 60% on TikTok, 50% YouTube, 82% Pinterest. So that's a lot of women out there, and an easy way for you to reach them if you're trying to get, you know, more women involved. And so World of Women, again, you were already in my presentation. But Twitter Spaces, I think, is a great way that people are reaching, well, more women, more men, more of everybody in the space by doing the Twitter Spaces. So you can see this one, World of Women did. They had 628 people in this space. So I think we just need to be doing more Twitter Spaces. And then I also think Pinterest is a great way that maybe everyone's not taking advantage of. So Pinterest has over 80% women, female users, and they also have one of the highest income levels. Typically, their average user on Pinterest has over 100K yearly income. So if you're trying to reach women that have the higher levels of income, that's a great place to start. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I thank you for being here, and be sure to go follow us and check out the podcast. We are at the Nifty Chicks, and the niftychicks.io is our website. So do you guys have any questions? Oh.
If you want to get on the podcast or connect with you, how can we do that? Should we just go to the website? And
yeah, or just message me. You can message on any of the platforms that we're at. Yeah, we're definitely looking for, like I said, women doing cool shit in the NFT space. We want to talk to you. So
cool. Someone else?
Would you be interested in women developing a game?
Yeah, absolutely. And our plan also is eventually, I mean, we're just getting started in this, but we want to do our own NFT project. We want to do a DAO. We want to do whatever we can to help facilitate women and girls getting into this space. So, I mean, my thing is like we want to partner with other projects. I'd love to do something with WoW and like the famed Lady Squad that I was talking about. Like, we want to really do everything we can to help.
Yeah. So we will launch our game very soon. So
awesome.
We should have a conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thanks. Anybody else? Okay. Thanks.